Nate, have you seen these lights in here?
Oh, it's great, isn't it? And these new heaters are brilliant. Oh.
Joe, have you felt the heaters in here?
It's filming, it's live.
We're live.
Hello, and on behalf of Caterpillar, welcome to the Customer and Training Centre here in Leicestershire in the UK, where we've just got a brand new light and heating setup. So over the next 20 or so minutes, we're going to be talking about the latest additions to our next generation mini excavator range. I'm Sam Matthews, and I'm the product specialist for mini excavators and small track type tractors.
And my name's Nate Tranmer. I am the marketing manager for mini excavators and small track type tractors in the Europe, Africa and Middle East region. It's a pleasure to welcome you here today. We're very, very excited to be finally putting the last piece in our next gen mini excavator puzzle. Next gen for us means we're bringing to the market new industry first features, improved performance and reduced owning and operating costs. And we've nearly filled out the lineup, and we're here today to show you the last piece in that lineup, our 4 to 5 ton next gen mini excavators. So just before we get into the real meat of this, just a note before we start, please, we want this to be interactive. Ask any questions, put them in the comments below. We'll be online during and after today to try and answer as many of your questions as we can, and we'll try to get back to as many people as we can.
So, with the next generation range, we've brought in a series of improvements over the old models, over the old Caterpillar models. We're bringing a consistent experience to the customer with industry first features and a refined operator environment, no matter which size of machine that you're in. So the best way that we can show this is with a side-by-side video featuring our 302 and our 310 machines that we'll show you now.
I hope that was an enjoyable video and a good illustration of what we talk about when we talk about the commonality across the next gen range. You get in a 2-ton cab, feels very similar to getting in one of our 8, 9 or 10 ton cabs. And we talk about commonality a lot across the next gen range, but it's something that's really important to us, and it's really good to bring this. Previously in the range we had like a D series next to an E series, next to an E2 series in the range, all with slightly different propositions. Getting that commonality, really important for us. So let's talk about the products we're here to talk about today, which is our brand new 4 to 5 ton mini excavators. Now, I'm going to start with the 304. We don't have a 304 here with us today, unfortunately, but I'm just going to talk through the proposition and the new platform that we've got for the 304. So the 304 Next Gen replaces the 304 E2 CR previously. As the name suggests, the 304 E2 was a compact radius machine. We made a couple of changes to the 304 to bring it up to the Next Gen platform. The first one of those, we've reduced the width of the machine. So the 304 E2CR, the width of that was around about 950 millimeters. We've reduced that down with the 304 Next Gen to 1700 millimeters. A thinner machine, better access. So just a different proposition versus the E2 model previously. The second thing we've done is that we've increased the rear overhang. So it's less of a compact radius machine. It's more like a standard tail swing machine. So you've got improved access with the width and at the same time improving the stability by just increasing that rear overhang. Benefit of that, the big benefit of that for us is it gives a different proposition in these size classes. So at 303.5 CR is a compact radius, our 305 CR is a compact radius, this 304 is now a different proposition, a different option for customers in our range. The 304 can be spec'd anywhere from around 4 tons to 4.5 tons, depending on counterweighting and options like that. It's powered by the CAT C1.7T engine, which is stage 5 compliant for Europe, and it is coming to Europe only, the 304. It won't be available in Africa and the Middle East. The last thing to talk about on the 304, we always like to bring some new options, some new features with our next gen models, and we're bringing the angle blade option, which has proved more popular in Europe than we thought on some of our other models. So we're bringing that angle blade option as well to the 304. It, as the name suggests, allows you to angle that blade, great to make tasks like backfilling a lot easier.
Yeah, so that's the new 304, and you've no doubt seen in the picture this machine here that we've got under a sheet. So we're very happy to show you today our brand new 5-ton machine. Okay, Nate, Simon, take it away. So this is our brand new 5-ton machine, like we said. It's just come back from customer evaluations, hence the missing paint. It's really been put through its paces so that we can deliver you the best machine possible, so we get feedback from that. So this is our 305 CR machine, that's compact radius, and it replaces both the 305 E2 and the 305.5 E2 that you may remember we had in the last generation. So this machine performs well enough, it's powerful enough, it's strong enough that we can replace the 305.5 E2 if you just take that optional counterweight to improve your stability to those sort of levels. So don't forget that in the next generation range we do have the 306 CR that's just sitting over there, but that sits in its own sort of league, that's its own class, it's the next class up. So this 305 CR builds on a really well established, well accepted platform that we had with the 305 E2 machine. But this one you can spec from 5.1 to around 5.8 tons, depending on what options you take. So it's powered by the same engine as the 304, that's the C1.7T. It's a CAT engine, it's 3 cylinders, triple cylinders. A lot of the competition, a lot of the market's going that way on these size machines now. That will be stage 5 compliant in Europe. We'll be bringing this machine to dealers in Europe, Africa, and Middle East. So the European dealers will get these machines Q1 next year, so that's 2022. And the Africa Middle East dealers will get this machine Q3 2022. So like the 304, we'll be offering an angle blade on this machine as Nate described earlier. And as with all of our next generation machines, you get full attachment integration. So all of these CAT work tools like mulchers, mowers, augers, hammers, they'll all work really well. They all integrate well with the display and with the settings we have in there. So Simon, if you want to jump in and we'll bring it forwards and take a closer look. Okay, so the first thing you do in the morning is your daily checks, and along with all your regular maintenance points, these are all at ground level behind all of these panels, so all of these flat panels on the machine. So you can go into here and you can see you've got your isolator, your battery, access to your valve, your engine air filter and all your fuses. We've got grease gun, a grease gun holder in here, and your windshield washer. Through here we've got cooler pack access and your fuel filter, so you can see you can easily get to all of this, blow it all out. Note with these flat panels that they're just a sheet of metal that you can easily repair or replace if they were to get damaged. They're also set back within this counterweight so that it is less likely for them to get damaged in the first place. You'll see on sort of earlier machines from us and also competitor machines, you have these big covers over the side that are really sort of expensive to repair or to replace. So in here you can see our new 3-cylinder C1.7T. So this is our Cat engine, it's a Cat made engine. So coming round to the cab, you've got your cabin air filters behind these covers here, really easy to get to, like all of the service points on this machine. So it's a next gen cab, it's part of our new lineup. So if you come and look around, it's the same feel, it will feel the same throughout the range. We've also got some different display options in here. We've got the next gen display, which is the semi sort of analog display with the buttons across the bottom, and we have the touchscreen display that we've got in here. So you've got Bluetooth where you can connect your phone to do wireless calls, and DAB radio too. It's a sealed and pressurized cab with AC as an option too. So let's fire it up and we can show you what it can do. So if we get Simon across again.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, and the first thing we want to show you is the power, the strength that this machine has got. So just to start with, breakout forces on this machine significantly higher than the 305 E2, just a few percent off that 305.5 E2. So again, just another way that we can sort of cover both models with the new 305 CR Next Gen. But let's show you a bit of the lifting capability. So we've got Simon, our operator here in Leicester, who's going to get this started up, but we've got a 1,000 kilo weight we've got hooked up to this machine. This machine is our 305 CR with a long stick, with a rubber belt and with no counterweight. So it's in our sort of 5 ton size bracket. We'll get the machine started up there and we'll just show you how stable it is. Out at reach over the front with the blade down, and then we'll do a little bit over the side as well. Really good and stable with 1,000 kgs over the front and then coming out at reach as well, over the side as well. Really good and stable machine, strong machine, able to manipulate that weight at various points in the lift range. Brilliant, thank you, Si.
So if you can just take that weight off, Nate, for our next demo. So our machine's not just about power. I know you just saw the lifting demo then, but it's not all about that. We've been working on our controls. So operator settings within the display allow you to fine-tune the machine to match your operating style. So what you can actually do is go into the display adjust the implement speed and response rate and really sort of fine tune that. You can even go into individual functions like on a video game controller to get it to match your style. What we also have in the display for those of you with rental machines is a simplified display view where we can sort of take that complexity out so that less experienced or operators who aren't familiar with those settings won't tie themselves in knots. So we've got Simon in the cab here and some material. So he's gonna do a bit of grading for you. So you can see he's not struggling to get a nice smooth finish there on that material as he balances the different functions to grade this out.
So now Simon showed us the controllability of the machine. Let's now have Simon show us one of our customers' favourite next-gen features, and the 305 is no exception. That is stick steer. So let's go take a look at Simon. We're going to put this pile back as it was, and we're going to use stick steer and blade to do that. So Simon is going to start out by putting himself in blade mode for his stick steer in the monitor there. So we're now in blade mode, and then to enter stick steer, all Simon needs to do is press the yellow button on the joystick there. The monitor's going to ask him if he wants to go into stick steer mode. He's going to say yes. And now that right hand joystick is controlling Simon's blade. So we're just going to grade this or blade this pile back using stick steer. So Simon is now operating the machine using the joystick, just like you would a skid steer. This is really, really good for reducing operator fatigue. You see Simon isn't having to hold his feet at any sort of angle on those travel pedals. Really good for comfort for the operator. This is also a really nice feature for use in conjunction with our cruise control feature as well. So you can set a speed, set cruise control, and have it run on stick steer at a constant speed. If you're running a work tool, an attachment that requires a constant speed to work, that's really, really good as well, reducing operator fatigue, reducing operator input. As I say, this is one of our customers' favourite next generation mini excavator features. The last thing we're bringing that I want to just mention here, that we're bringing to our monitors in the next generation mini excavators, starting with the brand new 304 and 305 CR. The next thing we're bringing is an operator present seatbelt. The operator present seatbelt, if you've got your arm bar down and the machine is live, and so the machine is live, and you haven't got your seatbelt plugged in, your monitor will remind you to fasten your seatbelt. A really good little extra safety feature there to keep operators safe and just give them a reminder. Thank you, Simon.
So I know that we're here today to have a look at our 4 and 5 ton, the new introductions to our mini excavator lineup. But while Nate and Simon are over in the corner fitting a work tool for a demonstration later, I thought we'd come over here and take a look at the other offerings that we have. So here we've got a 310 machine, which is a fixed boom machine that fits between the 8 and 13 ton size classes. So it's a lot more powerful than our 308 CR, but a lot easier to transport than like a 313. what we've got fitted, we've got this cat hammer. This is a B9. This is the biggest hammer that will fit to a mini excavator. This B9 goes all the way back down to a B1 for our 1 ton machines. So no matter which mini excavator you have, we've got a hammer, a bracket and lines perfectly suited for that machine. So next to it here, we've got our 309 CR, which some of you might know it has a second hydraulic pump, which is dedicated for the auxiliary hydraulic circuit. So what that means is you can run a high flow tool like this mulcher here, and you can still track along, doesn't really affect your tracking speed. So then last but not least, we've got our 308 fixed boom machine, which has a TRS-8 on, so a tilt rotator. So this gives you sort of a rotate, you can rotate your bucket and you can tilt it to complete complex digging operations. And they've been really popular in Northern Europe, but they're spreading into different areas, which is really good to see. So again, for the TRS-8, like with the hammers, with the B and H series hammers, we have tilt rotators for different sizes of machine. So the TRS-8 will take you from the 307.5 up to the 310. The TRS-4, which we'll be bringing in, that will be next year, that will go from the 302.7 up to the 304. And then the TRS-6, which hopefully we'll show you in a moment, will do your 5 and 6 ton machines. So with all these work tools to fit, we've tried to make it as easy as possible for you to switch between them. So your cat coupler control is through the display. You can go in and it walks you through step by step, unlocking the wedge and the pin so that you can safely remove your work tool. Then when you've fitted your work tool, we've actually added, because a lot of these work tools require different hydraulic flows, we've actually programmed in a lot of different work tool presets that you can just choose hammer, you can choose mulcher, you can choose shear, and then it just sets it up perfectly for you. So I think Nate and Simon are pretty much ready now, so we'll hand over to them and we can show you the baby version of this, the TRS-6, on the new 305 CR.
Great, thanks Sam. So many of you may have noticed already, but just to speed up the demos that we're doing here today, we've already actually had the TRS joysticks in this machine from the start of the Facebook Live today. But we have just put on the TRS-6. Now we've got a TRS-6, you can take these with a direct mount to your stick or with a coupler, and then underneath on the other side of the TRS, on the sandwich, again, we've got an S40 coupler or a cat pin grabber coupler. Now, if Simon wants to start the machine, we can show you a little bit of the TRS operating with the cat next gen mini excavator. Now, the big thing that we have here is there's no second screen needed for the TRS with the cat next gen mini excavator with the 305 here. Everything is integrated in our monitor, so you get the bucket tilt angle, you get the rotate, all shown to you in your monitor, and your return to home position, all done through the cat next gen monitor. Now if you take the advanced monitor, which this machine does have, which is our touchscreen monitor, in addition you get the site reference system, which is going to show you where you are, your pitch of the machine. So really useful in combination with the TRS. You see Simon's here shaping the bank here. Really useful in a number of applications. He's showing us here the pulse setting. So if you've got some particularly dense material that you need to get out of your bucket, or if you just need to spread material, that pulse setting is really, really helpful. We also have, we don't have it on this TRS-6 here, however we do also have an optional grapple for our TRS units as well for the front. So these, the TRS-6 is available now on the 305, and we're seeing increased popularity of TRS units in Europe. So it's been very popular for a while in Northern Europe. We're seeing increased popularity in many regions, and including across other parts of Europe, of these TRS units. Very versatile. Okay, thanks, Si. Great. So just let Simon put the 305 back in position. So we hope you found the event, the Facebook Live event today useful, and we hope you've enjoyed learning about the brand new machines coming to the lineup. That's the end of our demonstrations and the event today. But just some of the key points. So the family is complete. This is really important for us, right from a 1.5 ton mini excavator in the cat range, right up to 10 tons. We are 100% next gen in the family, which is great. And that is with the addition of our 304 and 305 CR Next Gen that we've introduced you to today. They bring commonality of features, the flat panels and the design that Sam spoke about, lower owning and operating costs, improved performance, and we're just really pleased to have the commonality across the range and finally be 100% on Next Gen.
Yeah, so obviously today we've talked about, as we say, the 4 and 5 ton. The 304, we're really excited about that one and hoping that it could be really good for operators in Europe. So with that narrow undercarriage, but sort of more weight out the back, it's really stable but really good access. The 305 CR that we've just looked at, that replaces both our 305 and our 305.5 E2 machines, and it's powerful and strong enough to do so. So we're really excited for you to see and experience them. So if you contact your dealers, get in touch with them, find out more about the machines. We should have these two machines coming into Europe in Q1 of 2022 and going into Middle East and Africa in Q3 of 2022. So thanks very much for joining us today, and we hope you've enjoyed the look at the new machines.